Yo, 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 good people. Welcome to the HERBMAN Show.
Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HERBMAN. Here you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Hey, look, go tell somebody your homie HERBMAN is on. And if you're new to the program, welcome. Go ahead and hit that logo right at the bottom of your screen right there. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss what we're bringing to the world, you guys. All right, so hey, I appreciate all of you guys thus far, man. And you know our motto here is that we love you and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. All right, so today I just want to get a brief video about some of the business ideas, right, that we can start to collaborate on, that we can start to be cooperative on moving forward, that are going to be great, all right, that are going to be recession proof, that are going to be system proof for us, that if something happens, we're able to take care of ourselves and our communities all in one whop. Okay, so these are not foreign to us at all. These are actually some of the best stocks as well that you can invest in. But when we're talking about the system crashing or the market crashing, or when we're talking about our current status and what may or may not develop in the near future, we've seen that very big impacts to our economic system will cause us a lot of damage. Okay, and we saw that with the advent of the coronavirus and also with the recession of 2008. Okay, so we're starting to see that there's certain industries that are going to be shut down if things do happen to the system. Okay, and a lot of our businesses, a lot of our entrepreneurial ideals are in these small businesses or in these small ideals that really got affected, especially in this last go around when we're dealing with the pandemic. Okay, so I wanted to just give us a few other industries that I know that will definitely be recession proof, that will definitely be businesses that will hold up in times of peril. And one of them is the healthcare system. Okay, no matter if we have income or not, we're going to need the healthcare system. So it is better suited to be able to devise businesses that are centered around healthcare. Okay, this is one of the number one things, because again, this is not about how much money you got or how less money you got. This is just about what is going to be a necessity regardless of the status of the system that you're currently in. Okay, healthcare is always going to be something that people are going to need, so therefore it is going to be a very good business to have in times of peril. Now everybody can't go flood the hospital, so therefore this is where the collaboration and the cooperation can come into, and then start making little clinics and little pop-up satellite sites, right, that people can go to and still be able to get top high quality healthcare. Or this is where we can start opening up more traditional medicine shops, all right, so that people can have alternative medicine with allopathic and just still be able to get a diverse medicines, right, or still be able to at least get what you need. Okay, so healthcare is always going to be a big thing. All right, gas. We know that with the limited amount of gas that comes into the country, if anything happens, right, then gas is going to go through the roof. People are going to, you know, impulsively go and buy, right, panic buying. And so therefore we need more people to invest in gas, right, gas stations, gas wells and all that type of stuff, so that we can keep a readily supply of gas. Plus then we can also supply this to our communities and make our communities thrive, especially in times of peril. We also going to need more electrical companies, okay, so that if one or two or three or four of these companies decide to shut down due to the overcapacity or whatever going on, then you want to have more electric companies out there that can provide the service as well. More electric grids, or whatever we got to do, share the grids or create our own. However this happens, I'm just telling you that we need more electric companies. Okay, so when we're looking at the money that we currently do have, when the system is not broken, when the system hasn't failed, right, sometimes we can pool our monies and start to invest in some of these particular companies right here that we know are going to be recession proof, but we also know that they're going to hold up our communities as well, just in case something does happen. Another one is investing in more water companies, okay? More filter water filter companies, just bottled water companies. However you need to do it, more water companies is definitely going to be something that is going to benefit us, especially in times of peril, okay? And we're also going to need transportation. One thing about even in a recession or whatever, we still need food. A lot of times when these things do crash, you can't go to the airport, right? Because the airlines are kind of, down and, all this type of stuff. But trucks are still the things that we utilize to transport and get food in and out of these particular places. So the more trucks that we got is the more a surety that you can get what you need into your community, okay? So we need to have trucking companies, and we need to have them associated with these food companies, with these food manufacturers, so therefore we can get what we need inside of our communities, okay? And this one right here is my favorite, is toiletries, all right? Because basic needs. No matter what happens in the system, you're going to need tissue. The babies are going to need Pampers, and the women are going to need their feminine products, okay? So with that being said, this is a great industry that will hold up in times of peril. Now, when you look at what happened, now a lot of us have restaurants, okay? A lot of us have barbershops, okay, and beauty salons, right? Right. A lot of us have travel agencies, right? All right, and you see that what happened in this particular pandemic here is that it affected the restaurant business, the barbershops and saloons, and the travel agencies, the hospitality industry. All of these things got affected, right? And then soon as it uplifted, we all ran right back into these issues, right back into these industries, not understanding that if something else happens, then these all get affected. And I'll tell you one big one that got affected that we all feel as though is very concrete, and that was real estate. Now, we saw what happened in 2008 with the real estate, right? And then what we did was we jumped right back in it, because we understand that when the system is good, then real estate is lucrative, okay? But when the system is bad, you lose out on real estate, okay? So real estate is one of those, only if the system is good, therefore you would be lucrative. But when times of peril happen, this becomes more of a liability than an asset, okay? So what I'm saying is we need to do something different, okay? Do something different. Instead of owning residential properties and commercial properties, maybe we need to go to land, okay? And then that right there may hold us off a little bit more. So I would say land should go here, right? Because that may hold you off a little bit, right? But again, when things happen in the system and people don't have extra income, you'll just be holding on to that land as well. You'll just be holding on to it. So real estate is one of those iffies, but what I'm trying to do is just try to get you to understand that we do most of these by ourselves. Most of these are individual investments. Most of these are things that we have indulged in based on our own gifting and skills. And those are the things that we tend to go into and try to make a living off of. But again, when things happen to the economy, things happen to the system, these are also the very first things that people tend to hold their money on, right? Because they can feed themselves in their home. They tend, if jobs are down, right, and they don't have to go to work, and they don't have to go to interviews, and they don't have to leave their house, then barbershops and salons are going to go down as well. If they don't have extra money, then they won't go traveling, right? And so that's going to affect the travel agencies and the hospitality industry, meaning the hotel industry, right? If they don't have money, they won't be able to afford the real estate or even buying businesses, okay? All of that stuff stops when you don't have that extra income. So what you're seeing is these are what we call the leisure, right? The leisure industries, right? The leisure industries. Basically, I like to put this as extra money stuff. When you have extra money, you go to the restaurant. When you have extra money, you go to the barbershop and saloon. When you have extra money, you go out of town on vacation. When you have extra money, you live at a hotel for a week or two or whatever. When you have extra money, that's when you go and try to invest in real estate. And when you have extra money, that's when you go and try to get land. So these are all the things that you do when you have extra money, right? So these are all the things that happen to you when your economy is bustling and you have that extra money. But when you don't have that extra money, then you still are in need of certain things to keep you alive. And these are going to be the very industries right here that I believe that we need to start getting into, because why? These things also pose a certain amount of power. Because if the system goes down, right, and you have more of these in each community, then you have more accesses to be able to sustain yourself in the times that these systematic things go down. So again, if the grid falls, you got gas companies that you can still deal with. If the electric grid falls, you got electric companies you can still deal with, water companies you can still deal with. And then last but not least, again, because we got to eat, is grocery stores, right? Farmers markets. Those things are going to be always needed no matter what's going on. People are going to need to eat, and people are going to need to eat food, okay? So if we start to collaborate our money, okay, start pooling our money together again in cooperatives, or we can start doing just group investments, and then let's start building more clinics in our names, okay, that we own. And then let's start building more gas stations in our name that we own, more electric companies in our name that we own, more water companies in our name that we own. We can start building more transportation and trucking companies in our name that we own. We'll start building more companies around toiletries, understanding that basic needs would never be something that we don't need. And so this industry will be a golden industry to get into, to make sure that we never run out of our necessities that we need to sustain our lives. And then we can start the biggest thing, which is groceries, all right? Making sure that our communities stay eating. All right, making sure that we stay having the right amount of things that we need to sustain ourselves in times of peril. So I didn't want to make this video long. I definitely wanted to make it strong. I wanted to give you guys some more business ideas of what we can really do to try to sustain ourselves in times of peril. And this is going to be information that you can utilize moving forward. There are a lot of people in our community that has money, right? But we keep putting them in leisure industries that are here today and can be gone tomorrow based on the sway of the economy. So what we want to do is ask all of those people who have those investments, all of those people in our community that has that type of fund, right, to start looking at funding healthcare industries and funding gas and electric, water, transportation, toiletries, and grocery stores in the black community, or in communities of color for that matter, so that if anything happens, that those communities are not out of the box. Okay, so again, man, I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Go tell somebody about this video and about your homie HERBMAN. And until next time, love, HERBMAN.
Yo, 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 good people. Welcome to the HERBMAN Show.